Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Savvy Wife, Savvy Life podcast. Today, I want to get raw and real. I want to get vulnerable and I want to talk about something that no one really talks about openly. Mental health, real life struggles, and what it actually looks like to rebuild your life after loss, trauma, and life-altering moments. This episode is real. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not giving you a highlight reel. I'm going to talk about things I've experienced, things I've seen, and things that people go through silently, especially men, young adults, and parents. So let's jump right in. First, I want to touch on the Marshawn Kneeland story. Let's start with the story that really stuck with me. Marshawn Kneeland, his mom, she prophesied into his future, told him he would make it to the NFL, and he did. He made it. He played for the Cowboys, scored touchdowns, did all the amazing things. But here's the kicker. His mom passed away before she got to see him achieve it. And now I want you to sit with that for a moment. He had what the world would call a perfect life. NFL player, money, fame, girlfriend, all the highlights. But mentally, he was struggling. He was hurting. And guess what? That's real. People don't talk about the pain behind the wins. So here's the truth. Fame, money, the highlight reel, it doesn't erase mental health struggles. It doesn't fix trauma. And when people say, oh, that's just the Instagram highlight reel, I'm like, no, that's not a reel. That's real life. It's real success, but real life doesn't mean perfect life. It doesn't mean no struggle. It doesn't mean you don't hurt or suffer. And when people reach out in their vulnerable moments, when they say one or two things, hoping someone grasps what's really happening and nobody responds, that's dangerous. That's life-altering. That's mental health and legal responsibility. So we'll jump right in. Sometimes the strongest people are carrying the heaviest burdens. Sometimes their brain hurts, sometimes their heart hurts, and sometimes all they can do is reach out in a moment of vulnerability. And yes, mental health struggles may not always have a label. Maybe it's grief, maybe it's trauma, maybe it's life throwing you curveballs. But outside of perspectives, sympathy and opinions won't cut it. Empathy requires standing in the moment, feet in the mud, toes down, experiencing it yourself. And here's the kicker. Ignoring that call for people that can have serious consequences. People are suffering silently. And if you're ignoring it because you think, oh, they're strong, they got this, you're missing the point. You can't assume what's happening behind closed doors is just that. So we'll jump right into personal experiences. Now, let's get personal. I left a marriage of over 20 years, half of my life with this person. My boys and I had to start over. And let me tell you, it was hard. Even leaving the marriage felt impossible. And now I understand why people stay in toxic situations. When my boys and I sought help, we were turned away. Why? Because we looked too put together, clean, organized, educated, well put together. But that doesn't negate the fact that we needed help, we needed support. And the reason we were turned away is the same reason many older boys and young men are overlooked. They assume they don't need it because of age or appearance. But older boys, young men, they're impressionable. They carry so much weight. They're at a stage where guidance, support, and protection are critical, and yet society often ignores them. Men are expected to shoulder everything silently. And sometimes they do, and sometimes it breaks them. So let's talk about men, especially my boys, who I'm raising to be whole, healed, healthy young men, future husbands, future fathers. They need to recognize toxic behavior, manipulation, narcissism, gaslighting, all of that. Men take on a lot. They get blamed for situations that aren't their fault. They attract toxic patterns, sometimes because they've been exposed to toxicity, but that doesn't make them toxic. And yet, when they're struggling, when they need support, society ignores them. This is why it's so important to protect, guide, and uplift men. They deserve resources. They deserve mental health support. They deserve validation. So, I want to tie all of this back into something as I've been in my journey and working with my pastors and spiritual leaders and diving into more than just surface level church and Bible. We are not just called, we are chosen. Being chosen means divine protection, prophetic pause, guidance, even in the mess, even in the rebuilding, even in moments where life feels like it's spinning out of control. Being chosen isn't about looking perfect. It isn't about the highlight reel. It's about stepping into your purpose, rising above adversity, and shaping your life authentically. Even right now, as I rebuild, as I navigate, as I fight for my boys and for myself, I see it, I feel it, I know I'm chosen, and you are too. So as we close this out, I wanted to make this short and sweet so it's impactful. People listen, because this is real life. So if you're going through struggles, mental health, toxic relationships, grief, rebuilding your life, don't minimize your pain. Reach out, be seen, be heard. And if you see someone struggling around you, listen. Don't judge, don't assume. Show empathy, show presence, showing that is all it takes. Remember, you are chosen. Your pain is valid. Your healing and your growth matter. Because before we close out today's episode, I want to leave you with something practical. Because here's the truth. Just because you don't go to a psychiatrist, just because you feel like you have it all together, doesn't mean life can't mentally wear you out. It happens to all of us. And me, I've experienced moments where that I felt like could have knocked me out completely. But here's what's kept me steady. Jesus is my head. My faith has always been the core, the center, the anchor of everything. And I also have an amazing man on my team who goes to God about everything too. He has my back spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. So if you're going through something right now, I want to give you some practical tips on how to reach out and get help spiritually and mentally. To reach out spiritually and mentally, start with your pastors, your spiritual leaders, or mentors. Email them, DM them, call them, let them know you need support. But let's be real, sometimes they don't get back to you immediately. Maybe a week passes, maybe 2. That doesn't mean you give up. In the meantime, lean into God, prayer, meditation, journaling, and scripture are powerful tools for grounding yourself. 3 foundational core scriptures for strength and healing. Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Use these scriptures as reminders that even in your darkest moments, You are not alone, and there is strength available to you. Now, jumping right in, real life mental health, help, and resources. If you need immediate assistance or someone to talk to, here are some national hotlines and resources you can reach from just from your phone. 988, the crisis lifeline. Call or text 988. Speak with a trained counselor. 211, community services hotline. It connects you with local resources for housing, food, mental health support, and more. SAMHSA National Healthline, 1-800-622-4357. Remember, reaching out for help isn't weak, it's brave. You are not a burden, you are deserving of support. Staying connected with me and the Savvy Lifestyle Lounge and the Savvy Lifestyle brand. If you want to stay connected, get more inspiration, and follow my journey, you can tap into my podcast, Savvy Wife, Savvy Life. You can follow on everywhere where you stream your podcast, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. You can reach me on Instagram. You can reach me on Facebook for real life wisdom conversations under Tonyia B. Short and the Savvy Lifestyle Lounge. You can also reach me on my website, thesavvylifestylelounge.com, for resources, merchandise. Share this episode with someone who you think might need it. Comment, DM. Let's continue building a community where real life struggles are acknowledged, faith is strengthened, and growth is celebrated. So remember, life is real, mental health is real, faith is real, support is real. You are not alone, you are chosen. Keep rising, keep seeking, and keep shining. And stay strong, stay connected, keep rising, and keep it real. Tune into my podcast. New episodes drop every Wednesday on Savvy Wife, Savvy Life. Again, you can connect with me, my brand, at thesavvylifestylelounge.com. You can connect with me on all my social media platforms under Tonyia B. Short and the Savvy Lifestyle Lounge. Have an amazing day, and we'll check in later.